It's a new week at the House of Tiny Tearaways.
No more. Oh, Jordan's done a runner.
Why are you laughing?
Because I don't want to cry.
Another week begins at the House of Tiny Tearaways. 3 new families, 3 new sets of problems, another massive challenge for Dr. Tanya Byron. 3 desperate families, each overwhelmed by parenting problems that have turned their toddlers into tearaways. They're going to be living here for just 6 days in the hope that they can turn their lives around forever. The person they're going to look to for the answers is clinical psychologist Dr. Tanya Byron.
Working with 3 families in such an intense environment is unlike anything I've ever done professionally before, and it is a huge challenge. I'm working with the parents, I'm working with their children, and I'm building a community. It's a tough job to do in a very, very short space of time.
The house itself has been built under the supervision of childcare experts to ensure that it's both a fun and safe place for kids. The house also recreates a realistic home environment to allow Tanya to observe the families behaving as naturally as possible. The remote cameras and those located behind 2-way mirrors provide an unobtrusive way to see the pitfalls and progress,
Well done.
the tantrums and the tears. 24 hours a day.
Yay.
With just 6 days to solve their problems, Tanya's got her work cut out. And for the families selected to be a part of this unique programme, this is make or break. This is the House of Tiny Tearaways. And this is the first family of the week, the Howens. Matthew Howen and his partner Claire have a troublesome 3-year-old called Jordan, who has turned their home in Shrewsbury into a battleground.
Well, listen. Do that. Jordan's quite hyperactive. He does throw tantrums. Drink. No!
Hitting out, biting.
No biting, thank you.
Don't push me. Not eating properly, not eating proper meals at the proper times.
He'll throw drinks around. He'll throw food on the floor.
In the bin. He's started swearing. He swears in the middle of the street.
He will pick things up like a brush and he will not think twice about whacking you around the head with it.
Look, you've got...
Jordan's bad behaviour has taken its toll on Claire and Matthew's relationship. But in an attempt to do the best for Jordan, they've come to an unusual arrangement.
4.5 months ago, because me and Claire weren't getting on very well, so we decided to call it a day.
We've moved into separate rooms, but we're still like as a family really. But there's been no arguments whatsoever, which is quite strange.
Good. That's strange.
Yeah.
I want to go right there.
Out where?
Down here.
Outside?
Yeah.
The first day in the House of Tiny Tearaways is observation day. Tanya has already read case notes and seen video footage of the families, but now she needs to observe them unobtrusively from her office.
Like this broken.
Oh no, you've broken him!
Over the next 6 days, this will be the Howens' home. Like all our families, they're free to leave at any time.
Stole it from somewhere, didn't he?
One of Tanya's rules in the house is that children are not allowed in the kitchen.
I don't know, I think he just, you know... excuse
No.
me, you can
Jordan,
come out, please.
No, listen, you can't go in there.
I go this way.
Now listen. Go on then, out you go. You've been in 2 minutes, he knows how to open the gates already.
I want to play outside.
you want to go outside?
Yeah, I'm going to play with the
Let's go outside then. Jordan, don't you do a wee-wee. No, not in the garden. No, come to the toilet.
Go to the toilet.
That is naughty.
Oh, never
That's
mind.
a bit naughty, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've got to tell Mummy when you want to go for a wee-wee or Daddy.
Come on, pull your trousers up.
No, I'm not having a wee.
You can go back inside if you want to.
Do you want to come back inside?
Yeah.
No, don't go outside. Geordie, come back in. No, come back in. Geordie, you can't go outside. Listen,
Why don't we go and find some toys inside?
listen. Shall we go find some toys inside?
Yeah.
Come on then.
The first family have entered the house, the Howens. Today is observation day. What have you observed already?
Well, I've observed Jordan urinating on the decking.
Yes.
That's the first for the house.
Yeah.
I don't think they move very much in terms of kind of life and movement and engagement with this child. He's the most active and engaging thing about the three of them. Very, very unhappy faces. Child who leads, parents who follow.
His parents are very young. I think Claire had him when she was 19, and they've separated. And they've been separated for the last 4 months, although they've decided to live in the same house until Jordan's behaviour improves, for the sake of the family. Have you come across that before?
I think separations with young children particularly are very difficult. But I have to say, this is something that I have to tackle with them from today.
Oh, really?
Because A, his bad behaviour is the one thing that keeps this family animated, and B, it's the one thing they agree on, so he unites them. Either they separate or they don't, but to use their child's behaviour as a marker of when they do is wholly, wholly unfair on the child.
Why is observation day so important for you?
Because of all of this. I mean, for me, this is absolutely priceless. Particularly in the early days in the house, I feel that parents often want to kind of tell me what they think I want to hear and do the best for me. And so this is the most relaxed and the most unguarded I'm going to see them at the beginning of this process.
Having observed the Howens for the past 50 minutes, Tanya goes in to meet them.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
I'm Tanya.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Hello.
Hi, you all right?
Yes, thank you.
Hello. Hello, hello. Hello.
No, go away.
No, go away. That's not very nice, thank you.
I don't want that.
Okay, I'll take it, thank you. All right. So, it's very nice to see you. How are you feeling?
I'm a bit
Bit
nervous, but
nervous and a bit.
yeah.
Yes. How are you feeling?
I'm fine. I'm
Are
just
you?
looking forward to the result.
Looking forward to the results. Okay, so what results are we expecting here?
Well, what we're looking for really is for Jordan to obviously start paying a bit more attention to what we're saying and obviously do as we ask.
Sleeping properly, eating properly.
Sleeping and eating and behaviour are the main points.
So sleep, eat and behaviour. Okay, and maybe weeing in the toilet and not on the deck.
Yeah.
That was quite funny.
Yeah.
So are we asking for total child transformation?
Yeah.
We're asking
Yeah.
for anything but what we've got now, really.
Right, okay. In 6 days. So you're not asking for much then?
No.
No,
Not at
okay. How many goes has he had on the chocolate machine? Do we know?
That's
his
his
second.
second.
Okay, right.
Jordan, no. Can you come away,
here.
please?
Jordan, don't turn that.
So that's now the third go.
Looks like it.
Jordan, don't do that, please.
Well, you might as well take the chocolate out now. Take it out.
Okay, that's told me quite a lot. Right, he's definitely very defiant, isn't he? Willful. You dance to his tune. You're very tired.
I am, yeah.
And not
But
very...
I'm used to not having sleep, so even if he does sleep a bit longer than usual, I'm always up, sitting in bed waiting for
Jordan,
him to
don't
wake up.
get on my back.
You're exhausted. Yeah. And not very happy.
Go,
Oh, sweet.
go down.
Are you
I
going
think
to
this
give
is
Mummy a cuddle?
absolutely
Come on.
so hard for you, isn't it?
It is because I didn't want it to come to this. I
on.
wanted to do it on my own and I
Come here.
wanted to get him. I wanted to get him back to the way he used to behave and
Come here.
take him out in public without worrying about him destroying the shop or taking him out to the restaurant without him chucking everything on the floor.
We'll go outside in a minute, I promise.
Do you feel like you failed?
I think I have, yeah.
Oh, that's hard. As a mother, that's so hard. Sorry. Don't say sorry. That's why you're here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Please don't put on a brave face because it doesn't help me. The more honest you are with me, the quicker we can get things started. All right, sweetheart.
Tanya clearly has a lot of work to do with the Howens over the next 6 days, but her workload is about to double with the arrival of our second family, the Jameses. Cheryl James from Banbury in Oxfordshire is having a tough time with her 3-year-old, Ben.
Are you having a major rage now?
Benjamin's problem is with his eating. He has been diagnosed with a food phobia.
No.
You can actually see the fear of trying something. It's not just him being stubborn, there is definitely a fear there. It's the way he eats. It's like, you know, you can see the fear in his face that he's going to be sick.
You all right? You all right? It's all right. Don't worry, it's okay. It's okay.
Cheryl has no option other than to feed Ben sweets, baby puree and crisps, the only foods he'll actually eat. Her previous attempts to cure Ben's food phobia have had disastrous results.
I chose a meal time for Benjamin where I wasn't going to give in to him and give him what he would normally have. I was going to give him a selection of new foods to try. He didn't have tea for 3 days, and he woke up in the night constantly throughout the night wanting bottles of milk because he was starving. He had bags under his eyes, black bags under his eyes, but he would rather go without than try.
Bit of broccoli make you grow big and strong, like Connor.
She not only has to feed Ben baby food, she also has to spoon feed him.
Have a bite.
No.
As if I let it get to me 2 minutes. Like now, I just... See? If I think about it, it does get to me. And I can't. Because I don't want him seeing me do that either, see? So...
Let's say hi. I'm Cheryl. This
Hello.
is Ben. Ben, Benjamin,
Okay.
Benji. This is Matt.
Hello, Benji.
And who we got here?
This is Jordan.
Jordan. Okay.
Jordan. Oh,
I might have to ask you your name again because I'm a
That's
bit
all right.
trouble with names.
That's
Okay.
right. Oh, that's right.
In a little while, Pops.
Jordan, come outside.
All right. Wow.
Mum, it's Mummy.
It's money, is it? It's Oh. No, don't keep turning it. I think that's enough come out now, isn't it? Hey? Yeah, 1 turn per child per day, Benjamin.
He's had 4 already.
Oh, well,
Look
he won't eat them
outside.
anyway.
Mom,
That's
look
his
outside.
reason. Do you want to go outside? I don't see
Look,
why
you've got your
can't.
shoes
Do you
on.
want to come outside?
Look, here's the teddy bears you've been dying to see.
I got a black one.
They're good, aren't they? Hey?
Big one.
That's the big one.
Well, our second family have arrived. Cheryl James and Benjamin. He's the same age as Jordan.
Already, given what I already know about the Howens, I love that Cheryl's in the house because she is just so positive, so affirming of her child. I think she'll be lovely for both Matthew and Claire to just be around and to see how she interacts with her son.
What did you think of the chocolate machine moment when Benjamin went up to it and just wanted to turn but then didn't eat any?
Well, it's the first child I've ever known to walk away from it rather than enjoy the contents. But he's a child who is very, very fussy about food. Cheryl says that he is food phobic, so obviously that's something I want to be looking out for today.
What have you got planned for him then at lunchtime?
First of all, he'll be eating something he absolutely won't eat, because I just need to see the struggle and how it affects him and how Cheryl interacts with him.
Do you think Cheryl is going to find it hard being a lone parent in this house?
I think she will give an awful lot to the other parents. I'm also interested that she will have a child who doesn't eat alongside a child like Jordan who basically doesn't stop eating. But I think as a lone parent, I think she's very strong. I just think, obviously, she's on her own, so she will need that extra bit of support. And I hope the house give it to her.
Whilst Claire and Matthew Howens prepare a shopping list, their son Jordan is playing outside with his new friend, Ben James.
What are you doing? Oh, they're out the gate. Ooh. Geordie, come back in, please. Oh. Ah. Oh, Jordan's done a runner.
I hear he's escaped. He ran away. Don't go out that gate, OK?
No.
Yeah, you're staying here, OK? Don't go out that gate.
Right, go on then, get in the garden.
Come on.
Are you going to close the gate?
No.
Why?
Ben, what's that teddy bear called?
Right. Come on then, let's go play. What's the matter? Get up.
With the Jameses now settled in, Tanya meets them for the first time.
How are you feeling?
OK, a little bit.
Bit nervous.
A little bit sort of apprehensive.
So that Tanya can see the extent of Ben's food problem, she's asked Mum Cheryl to make him a meal he wouldn't normally eat. Cheryl has prepared eggs, tomatoes, cheese and bread with cheese spread. Ben has only ever eaten dry bread in the past. Tanya joins me in her office to monitor the lunch from a distance.
Oh, come on, Tommy, just sit up here and try. Mummy will eat some with you.
Oh, so that was
Pardon?
wait.
Try a little bit of this first, yeah?
No.
Just have a little go with a spoon. There's some bread there. You like bread? I've took the crusts off. You like bread?
No.
Good lad.
I like it.
Yeah. You like bread, don't you? I'll tell you what, Mummy will get a little bit to eat with you, shall I? Mummy will eat a little bit of cheese and tomato with you.
No. Try egg first.
That's egg, yeah. Is that cheese? It is. Well done. That's called cheese spread.
Can you see the way he holds it? It is quite faddy, quite phobic.
Oh, Benjamin. Wouldn't it be easier to eat it with your hand? Eat it with your hands.
No.
I know.
Almost hands.
Wash hands.
Yes.
Don't you like it on your hands?
No.
You see, got to do lots of messy play with this child this week.
Oh, he doesn't like... What does that mean, that he doesn't like the cheese spread on his hand?
What he will eat are pureed foods that are spooned into his mouth so that he doesn't require to touch them at all, and crisps, which are dry. So I think texture and touch, and immediately we're getting a white.
Are you seeing what you thought you'd see?
Well, she had said herself before that he's been diagnosed with a food phobia. There's definitely something a little bit phobic in his behaviour.
Having tried Ben with food he wouldn't normally eat, Mum Cheryl reverts back to a typical lunchtime routine of spoon-feeding Ben pureed baby food.
Hello, are you having your lunch now? Right, can I see Ben feed himself, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
There you go.
Let's have a look.
Mommy.
Ah, but Mummy wants to read the story to Ben while Ben does it. How about that? But long, long ago, before the world had cars or roads, before there were houses or cities,
Clever boy.
and even before the very first people were born. That's it.
Why, when he can feed himself, do you feed him?
Because most of the time he won't do it himself.
Right, why do you think he's doing it now?
Because I've said I'll read you a story.
Right, so if we just chat, pretend that just chat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Most of the time he'll just...
Yeah.
He'll give him his pudding and he'll feed himself that.
So he's made the association between self-feeding and pudding?
Yeah.
But most of the time not?
No.
Okay, okay. But he's doing very well, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's doing very well. Very clever boy.
Wipe it on your T-shirt.
Oh, down!
What?
Oh, down!
Oh, it's all right. We can get a tissue and wipe it off.
I want down!
Can you ask me nicely for it?
No. No.
Can you say thank you?
No.
There you go. You wipe it off.
Why'd you give him when he shouts at you?
Have it.
Right. So enjoy your lunch. Have a nice lunch. See you later, Ben.
See you later.
Bye-bye, darling.
See you later.
See you later, Jordan. Bye-bye.
Just 10 seconds after Tanya leaves the table, Mum Cheryl reverts back to spoon-feeding Ben.
Oh, dear.
Dad Matthew Howens and 3-year-old Jordan have just finished their lunch.
Oh,
Put it down, please. Thank you.
mine's red.
You haven't got them yet?
Yeah.
No, not yet. Right. Can you stop it? No.
Set down.
Pardon?
That I could pick them up.
We'll go and pick them up then.
Mummy goes, Mummy goes to pick them up.
No, Mummy, you're not going to pick them up at all. Go and pick all them up.
No!
Yes. Go and pick them up.
No.
Do you want to go on a naughty step?
Yeah.
Come on then. Let's go on a naughty step. Come on. Let's go on a naughty step. Yeah?
Steps.
Oh.
Step. I'm going to naughty step.
Don't.
Step.
No.
Naughty step.
Don't mimic me.
Naughty step. Come on, I'm going to naughty. Don't want to go naughty step. The ball. Down to the ball. Down the. Go down to the ball. Down to the ball.
With 2 families already in the house, Tanya is getting a clearer idea of the challenge she's facing this week. But there's still one more family to arrive, the Archers. In Stafford, Shane and Claire Archer have a wonderful relationship with their 2.5-year-old son, Kian.
I done it.
There's Kian. No, don't shut the door. We've got our keys. I'm watching you.
But at bedtime, everything changes.
Oh, don't come to me. It's bedtime, little boy. Basically, the problem we've had is he just will not go to bed at night, will not sleep at night. Here, I'm going to go to bed. Need a story.
No.
He's never, ever slept for a whole night in his own bed. No, come on. No, come on, in your bed.
We've never sort of gone downstairs, have we, and left him?
Wouldn't even enter our heads in doing that, would it?
No.
It's just too far.
The longest we've been letting him scream is probably on me, about the most 5 minutes. And that seems like an hour, doesn't it? That 5 minutes seems.
Awful.
Yeah. So it's not very long, is it?
We feel that he is special to us, and everything we do is for him. Our whole life revolves around him. As you can see, Kian was obviously in distress. Mum's come to give him a cuddle. I think Mum's got quite upset over it, as she normally does. I think the next decision we're going to make is we'll probably go for a drive in the car.
This is the only solution the Archers have found for Kian's nocturnal habits.
Just generally, it's every night, just basically driving Kian aimlessly around the block, trying to get him to sleep. It's an expensive way on doing things, you know. I mean, we're probably going through about £60 a week in fuel. It can take anything between 5 minutes or half hour, an hour.
I'm getting sort of short-tempered and ratty because I'm getting no sleep and I'm awake 2 or 3 times in the night.
You know, it's just wearing us down to a point of exhaustion. At the minute, it's 2 very tired parents trying to deal with a screaming child, and the screaming child's winning. Hello there.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
How are we?
Look at all those toys.
It's all right. Do you want to bombard you and overwhelm you?
No,
Oh, yeah.
it's fine. A bit shy at the minute.
Oh, how hard must this be?
I'm Cheryl, by the way.
Shane.
Shane.
Nice to meet
Sarah.
Sarah.
Nice to meet you.
I
Hello.
probably have to ask you time and again because it took me ages to get these
Claire.
two's
Nice to
names
meet you.
right. So, sorry, what was the little boy's name?
Kian.
Kian.
Kian, yeah. Do you know where we're
Jordan,
going?
I think you should
The
get
bedrooms,
don't
down
you?
that corridor.
Down that corridor
He's
down
gonna
there.
get hurt
Okay,
or
thank you.
something.
And your
Benjamin,
name
you
should
get
be
down
on the
and
doors.
maybe
Oh,
you
yeah,
can-
okay.
I know you didn't, but no throwing things.
Oh, they're so anxious.
To assess Kian's problem effectively, Tani has arranged for his bedroom from home to be recreated in the house.
Look, Kian.
Wow.
See your bed.
Whose bedroom is that?
As the Archers explore, the enormity of the week ahead is already hitting Mum Sarah.
Whose bed's that?
I don't want to be.
Don't be sad, so don't be silly. What's up with you? Oh dear. It's all right. It's just silly, that is. Isn't it? Okay. It's what you want.
Yeah, I know.
Does not want to be here.
All right.
I wouldn't laugh.
No, well, I'm not laughing. It's not funny. It's... Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Are you all right?
Tanya.
Pleased to meet you.
Hello. I came to give you a hug. I normally leave people longer, but you just don't want to be here, do you?
Oh,
You don't want to be here, so come and sit down. Let me reassure you, it's all okay. Hey, Kian. Isn't he just the most beautiful little boy? Hello. Hello. You're gorgeous. You're good. Totally freaked by the whole experience. Yeah, but love your son so much you'd do anything to sort this out.
Yeah.
What set you off?
I just think
Just-
just walking in here and being in here.
It's massive.
It's just...
This isn't
it's a bit
something
in your
you...
face, isn't
I
it,
think
sort
as
of
well
thing,
it's getting used to spending time with other people being in here as well. I think it's sort of walking in and everybody's sort of...
Sitting there,
Yeah.
looking at you.
Yeah.
Yes, it's like being in a
Look at me,
goldfish
eh?
bowl. But you're here
Yes.
Yeah.
because you want to...
Let's get it sorted, yeah.
And whose room is that?
Kian.
Is that your room?
Is that your room? I have to see your room. Can you show me your room?
Come on, should we go and have a look?
Come on.
Let's have a look. Goodness me. Is this what it's like at home?
Yeah.
It's worse.
Wow. This is a room with lots of toys. Wow.
Like being at home.
So none of these are my toys. These are all your toys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we didn't tend to leave that off because chances are it probably wake him up.
Why did you buy this bed? Because you liked it, or...?
Well, it was more of a last resort, really. We
Yeah.
tried to make it appealing, make bed
Yeah.
appealing to him. And he loves it, to be fair, but he loves
play
to play
with.
on it.
But
He
this
doesn't love to
is
sleep
this
on
a
it.
bedroom or a playroom?
Well, yeah, I'd have to say. He doesn't really...
I mean, this is his bedroom, I
Yeah.
know that, but
Yeah.
it does have a kind of playroom
Playroom,
feel.
yeah.
Even the bed,
Bed.
if you didn't know it was a bed, you'd come in and think it was just a
something to
great
play
toy,
with,
wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you've
Yeah.
tried everything.
Yeah.
So what do you want me to do for you this week?
I mean, we're not expecting miracles, to be honest with you. But I think for our sake, we've got to try and get him into some sort of sleep routine. Well, if we can get him into a routine, great. But just to get him so that we're able to put him down in bed and let him to go to sleep and not have him freak out on us all the time, you know.
So we don't want distress this week?
No.
But what I'm saying to you is when I think about and plan what we're going to do,
Yeah.
are you asking me to be tough so you don't have to be, or are you asking me to do it in a way that doesn't distress him?
Yeah, a way that doesn't distress him.
And what if that's not possible?
I mean, I think we have got to change our way.
Yeah.
And being truthful, I mean, we're here and we've got to change our outlook on it, Sarah, as well.
But him being distressed is going to be very distressing for you, Sarah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
It is for Sarah.
Okay.
Yeah.
While the Archers try to make themselves at home, Tanya and I discuss their behaviour so far. You went and introduced yourself. Why?
I think Sarah's the most anxious mum that's walked into this house, and she walked into the bedroom and burst into tears. I have a feeling that she's doing this because she loves her son so much, but I think she'd rather be anywhere else in the world than here. I need to get her relaxed, I need to get her feeling kind of solid and calm, otherwise we will not solve this child's problem.
You just put the idea into their heads that maybe there might be some crying from Kian. What happens if she doesn't allow that to happen?
His sleep problem could be solved very quickly if they were to be quite hardcore, but it does require nerves of steel because you have to listen to your child, you know, upset. What I notice about Kian and Sarah is that basically he is stuck to her like a new baby. He's been in her arms most of the time. She's now with him on his own. They're not really interacting with the other children. They've not gone out there. They've not kind of got the three boys together because it's a house of boys this week. It's a very kind of exclusive relationship. I'm worried whether she's going to stay, to be honest with you.
Why did you bring his bedroom here?
Because it's not a bedroom. Did you see it?
Yes, it looks like a toy store.
It looks like a massive toy store. Even his bed doesn't look like a bed. It looks like a car, which is interesting because that's where he falls asleep. It's extraordinary. I mean, it's stimulation to the point that I don't think I could sleep in that room.
So why was it so important that it was sort of brought here?
Because I, A, want them to recognise that maybe they need to think about paring it back in order to get him to sleep in that room. But B, it is what he knows in his bedroom. And if we're going to shift his head from this is a playroom to this is a bedroom, then we've got to start doing it here in the house rather than when he gets back home.
It's a new week at the House of Tiny Tearaways, which means 3 new sets of parenting dilemmas for Dr. Tanya Byron. Ooh. Claire and Matthew Howens are struggling to cope with 3-year-old Jordan's explosive tantrums and defiant behaviour. Mum and Dad's relationship has collapsed, but despite splitting up, they still live under the same roof. 2.5-year-old Kian Archer's erratic sleep pattern and refusal to sleep in his own bed have left Mum Sarah and Dad Shane emotionally and physically exhausted. 3-year-old Ben James is food phobic, and his severely restricted diet has his mum Cheryl fearing for his health. Still to come.
Ben, do it.
Mommy, do it. Mommy, do it. Mommy, do it.
Shall I do one, then you do one?
No.
It's dinner time for Ben James. Although Mum Cheryl normally spoon feeds him at home, at lunch Tanya established that he is able to feed himself.
Some beans or carrots.
He fed himself earlier. Can he feed himself again?
Yeah, I just said that to him and he said, Mummy, do it, I'm shattered.
He said...
Here you go.
If you just put the spoon in, maybe we can just have a chat.
You do it while I talk to Tanya, yeah?
Tell me how are you finding the house? Are you liking the house?
Yeah.
Are you liking the environment?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah. And this is what he's going to have for dinner, banana custard.
Yeah. Just tonight now.
Let him just give him.
There you go.
Right, so, and you've done all your unpacking?
No, we haven't done that yet.
Right,
no,
right. So what are you going to have for supper?
I was just going to put a baked potato in.
Right, so you've got everything you need?
Yeah, just do something simple or just have some beans and toast. To be honest, I'm not that hungry either.
No, but I suppose after a day of preparing food and worrying about it, the last thing you want to do is eat.
Yeah.
I suspect.
Yeah, well, at home I usually end up eating once he's gone off to bed.
Right. So it's a battle of wills, actually,
Yeah.
to some degree.
And his stubbornnness and he's so strong-willed. I mean, I have persisted and tried as long as I can, but he won't give in.
If you were just to leave it there and go into and just say to him, when you sit on your chair nicely, I will come back, and walk away, what would happen?
He'll carry on.
Can I see?
Yeah.
Do you mind?
You sit on your chair and eat your custard. Mummy's going to the toilet. You sit on your chair and eat your custard.
Hey, Ben. Ben. Hello. Hello. Shall we go and see? We could take your bear, and your bear could go and see that bear, couldn't it? Yes. Very good boy at eating. Can I see this? Thank you. What colour is this? One more for me. Good boy. In it goes. This is a yellow one.
Cheryl enters the consultation room where she's able to watch how Ben is getting on at the table.
Is this a teddy bear? Or is it a tiger?
Tiger.
Rah! This is a tiger. What a clever boy. That's a very clever boy. That's a clever boy. Now, which teddy bear are we going to look at first? Are we going to look at the blue one? Or are we going to look at the red one? I really want to go in your tummy. Go in your tummy. Wait. Give yourself a clap. I've never seen such a
little
big
rascal.
boy in his custard. Is there more in there? Let's give you a clap for eating like a big boy. Give yourself a clap. Yay! Shall we go see teddy bears? Let's go find Mummy. She might be quite interested to talk to me about what she's just seen.
Yes.
Let's go find Mummy. Where's Mummy? Where's Mummy? Where's Mummy?
Where's Mum? Lighting.
What did you
There's the
say?
behaviour between me and Ben. You see, that's the conflict, and that's me giving where I give in to him as well. I know, hands up, I do. At home, he'll know I've gone in the kitchen or I've gone upstairs. So he'll basically just get down and follow me with that screaming and shouting that he's doing. Mummy, do it, Mummy, do it.
That's hard.
And that's where, and it's probably has got to the point where I do feel inadequate, I guess, because he's not eating, and I do feel, you know, as if I've failed somewhere. Because I can kind of see to a certain extent, what I'm doing wrong, and yet I still continue doing it. I give in to him, and I think, well, why am I giving in? You know, is it to make life easy? Is it, you know? And I need to be stronger when it comes to meal times, because I'm strong with everything else.
But you're on your own. I think let's be clear about that. And you've been on your own with him. We can do it.
Yes.
Do you think we can?
Yes.
Do you trust me?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes. I'm determined to.
New friends Ben and Jordan are playing together outside.
No. Not. You can't fit on this one. It's making me off. You can't go. Let's go on this way. What's going on?
What happened? Calm down. What's happened? What happened, Ben? What happened? Jordan, you can't say sorry, please. Jordan, you've got to come and say sorry.
Just let them both calm down. Geordie, come here. Yeah, come on. Can we get down?
I'll come outside.
Right, come and kiss.
I'm coming outside.
Can I have a cuddle?
I'm coming outside.
Okay, you're okay.
Right, I'm just going to go and grab a bit of tissue to wipe his nose. Okay?
Can you have some buns after?
Jordan!
No. Careful. Say sorry.
You do not spit, thank you very much. Don't even think
No
about
spitting.
it.
Yay. It's all right, we need it if he goes to get him to sleep. We drive round in the car.
No, please, no. Stop it. That wasn't very nice, was it?
Okay. It's all right, sweetheart. It's not, Jordan doesn't not like you. It's okay.
Jordan likes me.
He does
just like you, darling.
Jordan, listen. Listen. You can sit there until you can play nicely with your friends. No, you sit there.
Jordan, you've got to stop this. Now sit there for 2 minutes.
You sit there until you can play nicely, okay?
Yeah? Good boy. Stay there. Okay? Oh, God.
Yeah? Jordan's all right, darling.
Hey? I get angry.
Come and say sorry to Mummy. and Dad.
No.
Yes. Are you going to say sorry? Right, give me a cuddle. Here's a cuddle. That one. Are you going to give Mummy a cuddle? And what do you say?
I'm tired.
Right, you're tired.
Come
You've got to go and say sorry to Ben now, please.
on, let's go say sorry to Ben. What? Come on, walk, please. Oh. It's giving me a headache.
You've got to let him walk.
Just, he's fine.
You carry him around for the rest
I'm
of
not
his
carrying him
life.
around for the rest of my life. Just once.
Okay.
Right. Are we going to say sorry and be friends again?
Sorry.
See, he's sorry. Look, see, he's sorry.
Sorry.
Look, say, I'm sorry, Ben.
Sorry, Ben.
Can we have a cuddle?
Come on, Ben. Listen.
I don't want to make Jordan.
That's all right. Do you want to give him a cuddle?
Cuddle?
Yeah.
That's it.
Careful.
That's it.
Thank you. Very good.
We're friends now.
Tick-tock.
While Shane Archer looks after their 3-year-old son Jordan, Matthew and Claire Howens join Tanya for their first consultation of the week. As part of her initial assessment, Tanya wants to understand their unusual living arrangements.
You live together,
Yeah,
but you're separated.
yeah.
Sounds bizarre, but yeah.
Tell me how that works.
Well, basically, we live in a 3-bedroom house, and basically everyone's got their own room. And we just carry on life as normal as Jordan's parents, but obviously not in a relationship.
This being separated but living together in the same house, how long is that going to last for?
Well, for the time being, it will be permanent. Obviously, with Jordan, I think we've both shared the same belief that it's not fair for one to move out or go somewhere else. With Jordan the way he is, so if we can get Jordan into some sort of proper childhood, then maybe we can think about moving on from there.
So you're still together in the same space?
Yeah, that's right.
Because he's so badly behaved. You're living in the same house, sleeping in separate bedrooms. Your child is behaving in a way that's almost impossible to control. When he behaves better, you're going to move out, and you're cool with that, both of you?
Well...
No way. I'm sorry.
I'd like to get back together, but I don't think it's going to happen.
So actually, you're not cool with the separation. You'd like to get back together.
Yeah, but if Matt doesn't feel the same way, then there's no point in forcing it.
Okay. So you're 100% for separation, and you're not 100% at all?
No, not yet.
Okay. Well, that's complicated. Do you think the increase in his bad behaviour is associated with the disharmony and the sadness and the friction in your relationship?
Yeah, I think it is.
You do?
I've always blamed myself for his behaviour.
So you live with a lot of regret and a lot of sadness? Yeah. What about you, Matt?
We both screwed up.
And who suffered?
Jordan.
And the two of you, by the looks of things. Let me ask you a really hard question, okay? Are you here because you want me to help you fix Jordan's behaviour, or are you here because you want me to help you fix your relationship?
Jordan's behaviour.
But you don't want to separate?
It's
Well...
not up to me, is it?
So there is a part of you that hopes that if we can make it work this week, Matt will say, actually, do you know what, I'm staying.
A daydream, I think. I don't know about a hope.
I think
A
it...
daydream.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, because it's... when we split and Jordan's behaviour, they're not related. I mean...
What's not related?
Well, obviously what we're doing here, and when we split, it's not... I mean, like you said, we're here for Jordan's behaviour, not...
Yeah. I absolutely disagree with that. Completely 100%. They are completely and inextricably linked in my head. And I have a real problem here because here we are on a Sunday night, you're leaving on Friday. My job is to help your child behave better, which I can do. I've already seen all the problems and I can see how we can sort them out if you can work with me. But then it feels to me like leading a little boy towards something actually really rather horrid, because he leaves this house behaving well. Mummy and Daddy, after a dream week together, Mummy and Daddy probably a lot happier because he's happier. And then what happens when he goes home? Daddy leaves.
I don't think it'll be straight away. We've said this. I said when this week's over, I'm not just going to pack up and go. I mean...
But while you're together and not together, surely that is part of his problem. He might only be 3 or not quite 3.
But he still knows what's going on.
Children know everything that's going on. Why are you laughing?
Because I don't want to cry.
Do you feel like crying?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I just don't know where this is going to end. When we go back next week, I don't know what's going to happen next.
So how on earth is he going to live with that? If you two don't know what you're doing, what on earth is this little boy going to make of his world? I'm not surprised he goes around punching kids in the mouth. I'm not surprised he doesn't agree with you when you tell him to do things. And I'm not surprised he wheezes everywhere. Yeah. I think this child is absolutely confused, doesn't know what's going on, because you're confused and you don't know what's going on. I'm sorry to be so harsh with you, but he is absolutely caught in the middle of a hurricane. And I feel very uncomfortable as a practitioner sitting here with a couple who are saying, well, one is saying we're definitely going to split, the other saying, actually, it would be a fairy tale daydream for me if at the end of the week, Matt, you said to me, you'll come back to me. So I'm thinking, what am I doing here? Am I trying to help you save your relationship? And am I trying to help you separate guilt-free so that he can be fine so you can leave without feeling guilty, Matt? On the flip side of the coin, he can be fine so you can hope and pray that Matt will say, do you know what, Claire? Life is so great now. Let's just be happy families again. So you've got completely different agendas for what we're doing here this week. We have to really face the fact that you two need some clarity around what you want.
We've got to decide which way we're going to go. Because we've only got five days.
You've got 5 days. I'm not suggesting that you have to come here tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, and say, OK, Tan, guess what, we're going to separate, or guess what, we're going to stay together. But what I want you to do is really recognise that I've put your child in an impossible situation. I think I'm going to have to ask you to think about this quite a lot tonight, really. Talk about it. Find some space away from the others, sit down and think about it.
OK.
Are you shocked by this conversation?
Yes.
Did you think you'd come here and I'd just fix your kid and send you home?
No.
We didn't expect this.
So what you've heard today in this room has been a shock because...
Because he didn't believe that because of our behaviour, our separation was to do with Jordan's behaviour.
Not on the scale it is. It's opened my eyes because I just wouldn't have thought this, ever. Everything I've heard today is news. It's never even occurred to me. Because I've always had the outlook that what's happened between us and our personal lives has never had a knock-on effect on Jordan. And obviously when you're in the same situation each day, you believe it more and more. And then, well, parents accepted when someone sort of outside the box says, right, hang on, it makes you think. For you to sit here and say this, you can only gobsmack you.
Who I think have come in.
Following her frank discussion with the Howens, Tanya joins me to share her immediate thoughts.
The Howens consultation was quite extraordinary. What are you going to do with this couple?
I think what I'm left with is 2 people who are very young, who are very hurt and very sad. And I think just for them to hear tonight that their immense problematic relationship is so much part of Jordan's problems has really spun everything on its head. I have to see where they go with this. I'm not asking them to tell me whether they're going to separate or stay together, but I just need to see some thinking and some understanding. Because if they can do that, then I can work with Jordan this week and I can work with them. But the commitment has to be that as soon as they leave this house, they go into further treatment for their relationship, which will enable them to think about whether or not to stay together or to part. Because otherwise, I think Jordan is intrinsically caught in the middle of all their problems, and that's so unfair. It's not right to put any child in that situation.
What do you think of Jordan's behaviour in the house?
He's really, he's quite out of control, and I feel that, whatever work we do has to happen in earnest, because otherwise, he's going to alienate himself and his parents from the rest of the house. And actually, it's not fair on the other parents that they have a child in the house who punches their kids. So tomorrow's going to be a big day for them.
For our 3 new families, it's their first bedtime in the House of Tiny Tearaways.
Love you loads.
Just walk for me, please. What's the matter?
I don't want a big one.
Do you want to go to your bed?
No.
Do you want to go in there?
I don't want to go now.
In the Archers' bedroom, Shane and Sarah are trying to settle their 2.5-year-old son, Kian.
Little boy.
Shane and Sarah normally resort to driving Kian around in order to make him sleep, but they're hoping during their time in the house to stop this routine.
Lie down.
Can Daddy read your story? No. Oh, big boy. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. It's all right, Ensign. It's all right. Yeah. Come on. I tell you what. Okay. Shall we go for tattoos then? Yeah. Okay, we'll go for tattoos then.
After only 5 minutes of trying to settle Kian, Shane and Sarah concede defeat and head for the car.
Go for a drive then. All right then.
Kian falls asleep after just 10 minutes. But it's only after driving around for a further 20 minutes that the Archers return, with Kian still fast asleep. Claire and Matthew Howens split up 4 months ago, but still live under the same roof. At home, they sleep in separate rooms, so they've also been provided with separate rooms here in the house. Following their earlier consultation with Tanya, they're in Claire's room, talking about the future.
I don't think Geordie's going to benefit. We're separated.
But you can't do it because of Geordie.
I know.
Do you still feel something for me?
You know I do. Right, I'm willing to give it another try. Okay?
We've got to speak to each other a bit more.
I know, we've got to speak to each other, treat each other with a bit of respect.
Yeah.
Alright, and me. Start acting our ages, not our shoe sizes. This is both of us. I start thinking of Geordie. We'll waste this opportunity. We'll get a second one.
Next door, the Archers are also still awake. Just 3 hours and 15 minutes since he dropped off in the car, Kian is wide awake and has been allowed to join his parents in their bed.
It's true, exactly. But I've never thought of it before tonight, or before that meeting. This is true. I don't want to let him cry, because I don't want him to hate me.
You don't want him to hate you?
It's like, if we'd have been able to just let him cry, let him, we wouldn't be here today, would we?
No.
Just like we said, we're going to take it one step at a time.
Well, we can. Things will get better.
After an emotional day, Matthew and Claire spend their first night in the house together. Tomorrow on the House of Tiny Tearaways.
He's far too aggressive with the other children and you two do nothing. I cannot let these two get beaten and he gets no consequence.